Ben Goats, Las Vegas Regional. I guess, Jack, just the last 4 or 5 days now that the trade has actually happened, what's it been like now dealing with the trade for the first time in your career?
Yeah, I think the first 24 hours was pretty overwhelming. Just a lot of things kind of go on internally, a lot of emotions, and but it's nice to get out to Vegas. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be at the facility. I think things start to settle in a little bit more. Unique situation. It's a mid-season trade, but you're not. In my situation, you're not just jumping right on the ice and being with the group. So, but I'm very excited to be a part of the organization. It's everything's so top notch here, and just the communication from people so far has been great. So, yeah, very excited, and it's been a whirlwind.
Go to Justin next.
Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun. You've spoken about how tough it's been the last year or so. Just how relieved are you when you got the call and just that it's over and that you can come in and get your preferred surgery and get back
Yeah.
onto the ice?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, relief's the best way to describe it. Yeah, I've been through a lot in the last 8 months, physically and mentally, emotionally, and I think to just kind of put all that to rest and get back to playing hockey it's a pretty good feeling.
Go Willie, Jesse, Chris, Brian.
Jack, you arrived yesterday and pulled up at Red Rock, and heard from a couple people, just kind of got out, had your jaw open a little bit of an awe. You've been in the league, so I'm sure you've seen some other players welcome that way, carry some prestige. What was your thoughts just walking out to fanfare like you did?
Yeah, it's I think as a player you appreciate that. It makes you feel very welcome. It makes you feel like wanted, and I had seen that some previous guys had been traded here, and they'd got that at the airport. So I thought when I collected my bags that I was clear, but they got me at the hotel, and it was a great welcome, and the accommodations have been great.
Go Jesse, Chris, and Brian.
Jesse Granger at The Athletic. This is obviously a ways out, but this team has been in the playoffs 4 years in a row, and they've gone deep in the playoffs. I guess joining a team like that, how excited are you to get your first taste of that and to kind of be in that environment?
Yeah, this team's had a lot of success. There's a lot of players on this roster that have had a lot of success. So it's to only be in the 5th season and feel like an organization has created a culture like they have already. It's great to come in and be a part of, and look forward to making as much of an impact as I can when I get back and become healthy. And the goal here, this organization's goal every year is to win the Stanley Cup, and I think that's a really good mindset to have.
Chris, Brian, Darren, Dave.
Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas. Robin Leonard was very vocal in being in your corner. You obviously have a previous relationship with him. Could you just expand on that relationship, and what does it mean to have that guy in your corner really fighting for you?
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot at the time. Robin and I had obviously played together before, and so, when he was being very vocal about his opinion on the matter, it meant a lot to me. Like, I remember reaching out to him. I don't remember, must have been whenever he was kind of going on his, I guess you guys would say Twitter rant, but I remember reaching out to him and just saying, how appreciative I was that he was shining light on the situation. And I think, him doing that, I really think it did help my situation, and I appreciate it. Robin's, someone who, speaks up when he believes in something, and he stands behind it. And for me, that meant a lot, and it meant a lot to my family. And he's a guy that you definitely want on your side and want behind you, and he'll do anything for you. So it meant a lot that he did that, and I think it probably helped my situation as well a little bit, just shining light on it, and it means a lot.
Brian, Darren, Dave, Chris.
Brian Salmon, NBC Las Vegas. Jack, I wonder, how have players kind of described to you what Las Vegas is like, as far as you've been here, you've seen the Strip and everything else, but just, how different it is from what people perceive Vegas to be like. Away from the Strip, they have different communities and everything else, the heat and everything else.
Yeah, everyone said just how high the quality of life is here, how much they enjoy living here. Yeah, I've only been here in Vegas when we've played hockey, and so you kind of just stay at the hotel on the Strip and go to dinner there, and that's sort of all you see. So I've never been out in this area, but it's a beautiful community, and the guys seem to really enjoy living here, and you know, obviously the weather's great. It's, you know, there's a lot to love, so you know, feel very fortunate.
Kind of my add-on was that a guy from the Northeast, I mean, Boston to Buffalo, you've only known cold and, to me, terrible weather. How you coming out west, is that something you kind of look forward to, or maybe like a little apprehensive?
No, I mean, I look forward to it. I don't know how many people who enjoy the cold, you know. It's nice to see the sun every day, and I think it's good for the mental well-being. I think it's good for the body, and like you said, I've never lived on West Coast time. I've never been west of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and so this is all new for me. But very excited for the change. This is a great place to play hockey, and it's a great place to live, and it seems like everyone really enjoys it. So I don't think that I'll be any different. I'm very fortunate and happy to be in this situation.
Dave, Chris, Justin.
Darren Millard, Vegas Golden Knights. You just had a chance to meet the coaching staff. What did you guys talk about? What was that like?
Just introducing ourselves and just some small talk, I guess, about things moving forward and plans, and it was great. You know, obviously, I really appreciate you know, management giving me this opportunity, and then going out on a limb and trading for me, and then you know, the coaching staff had a lot of success, and you know, some really good pieces. Some of the guys have spoken you know, to me about, you know, how great it is working with them. So look forward to getting to know them, and you know, look forward to playing again.
Do you know Pete at all?
His son went to BU. I don't know him personally, but just you know, just reputation around the league is obviously very good, and had a lot of success as a coach. So it'll be nice to you know, build a relationship, get to know him.
David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal. A couple years ago, it seemed like you were getting to your peak game. You know, the expectations that everybody had kind of put on you. Did you feel that way? Maybe once you get back to 100%, how much more do you think you have, you know, in you as a player?
I think I got a lot more. I think I'm only scratching the surface. Yeah, I think the season a couple years ago, you know, I think that was sort of the start of the way that I want to make an impact. And yeah, you come in here, there's some really good hockey players, and I think you know, the competitive environment, the culture here, it's only going to push you to become better. And so yeah, I think there's a lot more in me, and you know, this is about as motivated as I've been. I think there's a lot of people out there that, you know, maybe be doubting me, or don't think I'm going to get back to the form I was in. So look forward to putting all those doubts to rest and getting back to the level that I believe I can play.
Jack, Chris Matthews, CBS here, KLAS TV. Can I ask you just a little bit about the injuries? It seemed like there's so many more injuries in pro sports, not just hockey, but football and baseball and so forth. It almost seems like it's becoming leagues of attrition. Whoever has the healthiest team can advance. Does it seem like to you, just with your injury and other injuries, and especially the Golden Knights, all the injuries, that there are more in these pro sports, and perhaps why, in your opinion?
You know, I don't know if I'd be. I don't know if I know why. You know, football is obviously a very violent game. There's a lot of injuries in that, and I don't know football well, so I can't really comment. Hockey, you know, it felt like when I was in Buffalo there was a million injuries all the time, and obviously there's some injuries here now, but I think it's just part of the game. It's a very fast, violent game, and the schedule, the travel, I think the demand, makes it all tougher. Like you said, it's you know, sometimes you know, the team that stays the healthiest is the one that has the most success. So I think it's a little bit of luck. It's tough to really pinpoint one reason why injuries are so prominent, but you know, I think that, you know, medical staffs nowadays are so advanced, and they do such a good job of getting guys, you know, back on the ice feeling healthy as quickly as possible. And I've heard great things about the medical staff here. So, I don't know if I have an exact answer on why injuries are so prominent.
Kind of a follow-up, if you kind of off topic, really. I don't know if you grew up when you grew up in the Northeast, if you were a Patriots fan, became a Buffalo Bills fan. Can you see yourself becoming a Raiders fan at all?
Yeah. Grew up in the Tom Brady era, so I was a big Brady guy, and he was kind of like my favorite athlete as a kid growing up, and then he left. So now it's like, all right, are you a little bit of a Bucks fan? Okay, I root for Brady, but I still love the Patriots. That's still my team. Then you get drafted by Buffalo, and they expect you to just kind of leave your loyalty and become a Bills fan. And definitely rooted for the Bills for a while. And I root for Josh Allen. I like him. I think he's a great player. He's a really nice kid, and been able to kind of get to know him a little. So I really root for him. It's tough because you don't just lose your loyalty to the Patriots, but you want to support the town that you're living in. And I was actually a pretty big Derek Carr fan before getting traded here, so it kind of makes it easy to root for him. I don't know. I'll root for the Raiders.
Justin, Willie, Jesse.
Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun. Now that it's over, how do you kind of assess your time in Buffalo? Are you pleased with your individual success? Are you disappointed that the team's success didn't follow? Just kind of overarching, how do you look back on your time as a Sabre?
I think when you look back at it big picture, you're very fortunate that the Sabres took an opportunity to draft me. Had a lot of great memories. That some of my best friends I met through the organization, and I had some great experiences. You play your first game, you score your first goal. Like I said, some of the relationships are, some of my closest friends now are guys that I met, playing there. And, even outside the organization, the city was so good to me, my family. We had a lot of great experiences there. Success-wise, we didn't achieve what we wanted to. And that's frustrating because, the fans there were so good to us, and they supported us through, good times and bad. So you definitely wanted to, you feel like you wanted to give them more, and we weren't able to. But, with that being said, you really, you think about that experience, and, it's kind of shaped you to the person that you are today. And so I'm grateful, for everything that happened in Buffalo. I think, it's in the past now. I'm here, but, the organization was very good to me for a long time. And, it's a little bit unfortunate, I think, the way that things kind of, I guess, maybe ended. But, with that being said, I feel very grateful that I've been part of the organization, and wish we could have done more to bring success to the city.
Willie, Jesse, and then Dave.
Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. Now as you're on surgery week, 4 days away, and you're getting the procedure you want, I'm just curious, how much will the team be involved afterwards, and is there a recovery time that you're hoping for, or you've been told?
Full recovery time is about 3 months, hoping for that, barring any setbacks. Or the team's been so supportive just from the minute I got drafted. That was sort of the thing we wanted to nail down right away, and they've been tremendous. Just, hey, listen, we acquired you. You've done your research, obviously. You know what you want to do, and just being able to collaborate with them has been really good. They're very open to a lot of things, and so I feel very fortunate to be in a situation like that, because I've been pretty outspoken about standing up for what I believe in and doing what I think is best for myself. So like having their support makes the whole process a lot better.
Then a follow-up to that, in terms of them being supportive and you're doing your research, some might say for the team it's a risky and expensive investment. Do you view yourself like that, or no?
I don't personally. I think if everyone had done, if everyone was to do as much research and learn as much about this as I have, I think you'd come to terms with it's a lot less risky than you think. I think there's been maybe a narrative created that I was going out and doing something that's it's never been done on a hockey player, but this is an FDA-approved surgery that's been around for a long time. My surgeon started doing them in the early 2000s, so he's been doing them for close to 20 years. I feel very, very confident in what I'm doing. You know, there's been other players who have dealt with herniated discs in other ways, but from my from what I've gathered, speaking to them, they really were never given the option, and I feel very fortunate that my second opinion gave me this, I guess, option to look at as maybe a superior surgery. And yeah, I just went out and did as much research, learned as much as I could about it, and I feel very, very confident that I'm making the right decision, and everyone else that I've spoke to feels very good about it. So, you know, I know it's going to work out. I know I'm going to be back playing, and then we can put this all behind us.
Time for a few more. Jesse, Dave, Brian.
Jesse Granger with The Athletic. You mentioned scratching the surface as your potential as a hockey player. In Buffalo, you were the captain and you were the guy from a very young age. I guess coming onto a team with guys like Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, Alex Pietrangelo, Alec Martinez, how excited are you to just be one of those guys, I guess, and learn from them, and how much better do you think they can make you?
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of pressure off you when you have a veteran core like that that's you know, had a lot of success, and you know, it feels like you worry a little less about all the extra stuff and more just about playing, and I think that'll be good for me, especially at the onset. It's been a long time since I was sort of in that rhythm of playing. You know, we had COVID, and then we had a shortened season, and I got injured, so you know, you kind of want to just get back in the groove, and I think with everything that they already have set in stone here, it allows me to do that. And you know, when you have guys like that you're competing with in practice every day, and I think it makes you better. I think they push you and you push them, and competitive environments, it's a good one to have. So there's so many great players here. They've already had so much success. So you know, I look forward to just learning from a lot of them, and trying to bring as much as I can.
Do three more. We'll do Dave, Brian, and with Justin.
Dave Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal. You've kind of always been linked with Connor McDavid, just, you know, from the draft and everything like that. You're obviously in his division now. How is that going to be? Is that a little bit of a motivating factor for you at all?
Geez, it's tough to be linked to that guy, isn't it? Jesus. I got the short end there, huh? No, I mean, he's having a tremendous year, tremendous career. Connor's a world class. Like, you know, what he's doing is pretty remarkable. But in terms of being in this division, there's a lot of really good teams in this division. It's competitive. You know, they're having a good year. Like, there's the parity in the NHL is incredible. You know what I mean? It's any team can beat anybody on a given night, but you know, I think that competitiveness brings out the best in me, and you know, just like anything, look forward to competing against the world's best every night. And you know, Edmonton, Calgary, like, you know, all these teams. There's a lot of good hockey players out here. So this is a really good hockey team here too.
Brian, and with Justin.
This is a little bit off, but I'll ask it anyway. I worked at Fox 25 in Boston. You guys played in a wiffle ball tournament for the Travis Roy
Yep.
Foundation, and BU, you guys raked. Riley Smith has a charity softball deal out here. Will you go to him and let him know that, I mean, obviously you love baseball, you're very good, you guys were extremely, ridiculously good, to let him know that he has a ringer, and is that something that you would like to participate in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we, my buddies and I have been very supportive of Travis's foundation, his wiffle ball tournaments, and yeah, I used to play baseball, really enjoy it. The softball is not too much different, so I'm there if he needs me.
And with Justin.
Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun. Correct me if my timeline's wrong, but if you had the surgery when you wanted it, I believe you'd be probably recovered and playing right now.
It would be.
Is that frustrating for you? And kind of on that, is that something that you want to change potentially in the CBA so that a player isn't in your situation again?
I think my situation shined light on, you know, maybe some things that could be changed in our CBA, and I hope that they are in the future. I think I think the whole process around this is maybe a little bit gray. Like, I don't necessarily agree with the team having the full say in what to do with your medical treatment. I think it should be a collaboration, and in that sense, I don't know I don't know when the changes will be. We obviously just renegotiated our CBA a year ago, so I wanted to stand up for what I believed in. Frustration level with not having done the surgery, I wanted to get it last spring when it was apparent to me that I needed surgery, and when I was told by, all these experts that I needed to do something. I would have been fully recovered, this summer, and I would be playing now. I think in hindsight, you look at it like, oh yeah, I would have loved to get surgery then. I think everything, it's probably a cliche, but everything happens for a reason, and all the stuff that I went through all summer and dealt with, I think it brings you to this point here, and I couldn't be happier to be here. So, in the grand scheme of the time of the whole process, it's going to be a short time, and in a few months down the road, it'll all be behind us, and who knows if I'd be standing in front of you right now if I got surgery in May. So I feel very fortunate to be a part of this organization. I don't think that there's a place that I'd rather be. So obviously I would love to have been fully healthy at the beginning of the season and playing hockey, but I'm here now, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to attack this recovery process and get back on the ice.